together.
That's true. Evil actually banned out the Melissa for themselves, considering the fact that Melissa is actually going to be a pretty good gold laner for them, especially since you're looking at a Cho from the side of Flash, as well as a Marsha on the other side. Having Mother's Protection is definitely going to help a lot. So from this point in time, Evil and Flash, they don't really have a lot of gold laners to play with. So Flash understandably would probably want to pick up their gold laner as soon as possible to just starve out Evil as much as possible. From this point onwards, they don't really know and understand how they should be playing it around. Or maybe they do, just not for myself at least. Team Flash, they do have decent amount of initiation, they do have a good amount of tank side as well. As such, it is going to be a Baxia indeed coming in from Reminiscent that would deal pretty darn well in terms of the sustainability factor coming in from both the Paquito as well as the Julian.
I think from Flash, currently from what they've drafted, it's all up in your face kind of heroes.
Yes.
Baxia could dive all the way back in. Marsha a perfect flanker. The Cho, I mean, there's a potential 5-man or 4-man knockup.
Yeah.
But the main thing is the way of the dragon that can single a target out back into the team. Let's say as if it's a Lunox, you would spam darkening shots all day long. Now Evil will go back to basics. The 1-1 will be picked up for Coconut.
Yep, and leaving out is going to be the last pick right now. 5 seconds on the clock. It is going to be a Benedetta, and Abstract is jumping all over his seat.
Yay.
Yay! What a enthusiastic yay right there. Wow, sarcasm much, but much such Abstract right there. But Evil will go back to JS on the Benedetta, Paquito on Powerful. That's basically one of their signature picks.
Yeah.
New flavor of the month. But Flash right now, who will be the marksman?
I think they should pick up the Claude, right? They should pick up the Claude. I mean, it's hard to kind of shred because the rest of Evil is kind of slick, kind of movement, very mobility-wise, but the Claude wouldn't do well here, right? Jayz, what are your thoughts? What could possibly be
Popo
the
and
marksman?
Cooper.
Oh, that's true.
Popo and Cooper single target. If you notice, Flash is going in for this single target lockdown. We try to put it down, but no, okay. Going for the Clint.
Yeah.
More survivability with your second skill. If you notice the Paquito, the Julian, even the Benedetta to a certain extent, always want to jump up to that Clint. Your second skill allows you to back off very quickly and stun. Good route, so that you can get away and do more damage.
Well, we pretty much have got the entire lineup that has displayed in front of us. Both of these teams have got interesting gameplay as well as win conditions. One thing that really sticks out like a sore thumb is the fact that Evil does enable themselves with quite a lot of wave management when it comes down to split pushing, thanks to the Benedetta as well as Paquito. But understandably, Paquito is going to be the jungler, so he's gotta have to be there for neutral objective. But I gotta say, Flash may have a problem with their lanes management. They don't clear waves that well, but they should be able to, disrupt the pressure pretty nicely.
Yep, you talk about pressure. I feel Evil needs to be pressure as, ladies and gentlemen, onto the land of dawn we go. 4 men at the orange buff to secure Powerful, because you do know Kayzeepi will invade hard.
Well, the question is if whether he's even gonna do that at all. Starting off to the game here between Evil versus Flash, Kayzeepi have decided to get in your face, as we have seen, right onto Carrot, and decided to move together with Reminiscent right over to the opponent's jungle. The only one that can really respond to it is going to be Carrot. And they know, as a matter of fact, that they can do these aggression because Julian is just not online yet. So they can disrupt that one creep in order to make things a little bit slow in terms of the EXP gain for the Paquito.
Yeah, the best part about Grok is that you can build a wall to kind of block Flash aggression, invading your jungle as well. So I think that's a good one, but let's take a look at the emblems.
Well, when it comes down to looking at Benedetta with the Festival of Blood, we can pretty much assume that he would want to play more towards the later stages of the game. High risk, high reward. And not to forget, he's definitely gonna go for full-on damage and maybe 2 little defense items for himself. While the rest of the heroes, now one thing that we are looking out from the side of Julian is that he have decided to go for Magic Warship instead of Mystery Shop. This pretty much means that, well, he doesn't really care about getting his items online as soon as possible, but right off the bat, we are already seeing Evil getting themselves the first blood over to the side of Jayy. Definitely phenomenal.
Yep, there's your first blood QR code, of course, Powerful. That's One of his signature heroes is a very comfort pick. His Paquito is something to be feared. That's why most of the teams facing up against Evil would love to ban him. But now, Reminiscent catching on top of JS right here. As a Benedetta should be able to slip on by very easily. Does have the ultimate if he just needs to get out of dodge. But Flash focusing on the turtle right now. Already set it up. But Powerful on the way right here. He's walking towards the turtle. But Carrot tries to zone it up. Kayzeepi very slick. Will be able to kick Powerful out. But nice. Knock up by the side of Flash. Will be able to push Evil away. Reminiscent secures the turtle for now. JS actually on the run right here. Doesn't have the ultimate to save his life. But now Kayzeepi jump in the kick and the hands-on change will not be able to persuade Flash as they pick up the turtle and 2 members of Evil.
I gotta have to say, Flash played that out pretty darn well. Considering the fact that Jay actually went into Power of the Chaos Darkening, he didn't actually go straight out for all of the constant arrays of Chaos. But you see, because you can pretty much tell, JS was pretty much hot on the tails of Jay right after going into Darkening. So he didn't even manage to bring out all the damage that he's able to bring out. Yet, they are able to bring Carrot down, they're able to bring JS down. So this is really quite a testament as to how Flash plays in the early stages of the game and how strong they can be.
Yeah, Team Flash, I think they got off with a good start, but Evil was the one to pick up the first blood. I think Evil, they do have quite powerful setups, no pun intended right there. I think I saw a 3-man knockup from the side of Team Flash, but unfortunately there's not enough damage from the side of Evil yet. They do have a Julian starting to come online slightly, but Coconut still needs more time. JS going, like what you mentioned, the Festival of Blood, going towards the later parts of the game. The sustain is going to be very important whenever you want to face up against a Masha. So Evil needs more time. Team Flash, they might not just want to give them more time. They will come online very quickly around towards the mid parts of the game.
On paper, Evil is supposed to have a definitely stronger early game. Considering the fact that we are looking at a Paquito, a Grok, as well as a Julian, these roaming trio is definitely going to be quite a menace. And to make things worse, we're looking at a Benedetta that can wave clear very fast, shove the lane, and join into the objective. In the meantime, top lane, Alpha DV9 dealing with a little bit of danger, but I don't think that he's gonna be out just yet, as the damage is coming in from Evil is just not quite up the mark.
3 HP bars is something that is not something to scoff at, right? Evil, like I said, doesn't really have the damage right now. Flash already identifying, he's going to jump all the way in. Reminiscent jumping on top of Carrot for now. JS slashing, rushing around Reminiscent, just putting out some damage, but Powerful already secured a purple buff, already ready to rumble at the same time. Kayzeepi and Jay all the way at the back line. The turtle will go towards Evil's side as Jay will jump all the way in with the brightening, but Powerful will be the one securing the turtle. Knock up right into the air. It's Team Flash. 2 members go down. Evil successfully revenge for that previous turtle.
The dance for the turtle was great coming in from Evil. They ensured that all of the members that they want around is already present. Team Flash's Jay unfortunately wasn't quite in position just yet. Didn't manage to get into his array of chaotic blasts, so it wasn't that much of an impact in that round. The rest of the members from Evil literally just jumped themselves right into the face of Flash, thanks to the fact that they have a AoE CC coming from Enhanced Chain, powerful with great deal of damage, especially when it comes down to the Hunter Strike plus the mobility factor. And not to forget, Carrot, he does have the Wild Charge as well as Power of Nature to add on to the damage that Evil is able to dish out.
Yeah, Carrot and members of Evil right now, if you take a look at the items, yes, that's Melon securing the Genius Wand, so that's damage. That's why Evil was able to secure that turtle and also secure 2 members of Team Flash, right? Remember, they're on a bit of a slow start, but Powerful finds Kayzeepi, cuts him all the way to half HP, and now they're looking at Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon on the wrong side of the wall, flickers back to safety for now. Phew.
At this point in time, I'm starting to look at Team Flash's composition, and I have a couple of questions, and I'm not exactly sure how to answer them all, right? Because when it comes to Team Flash, yes, they do have some damage over time abilities. The longer that they stay alive, the better damage that they deal. But that means that the back lines, they gotta have to keep up to the momentum, keep up to the tempo, or perhaps have the amount of mobility to ensure that they will be able to keep themselves at bay.
Oh, 4 members right down there. Kayzeepi was the first one to fall. The brightening Luminance will be able to allow Jayy to escape out of dodge, but the members of Evil, they've already secured what they want. 2 members, but for the price of Coconut, I'm not too sure whether that's worth it, Abstract.
It's a very bursty composition from Evil. I wouldn't say that it's pretty much of a worth thing because we're looking at a position 5 and a position 1 for a position 1. So Evil definitely got the upper hand of that trade, and to make things worse, they have opened up the map to allow Benedetta to shove out the top lanes.
Yeah.
With all that said and done, Team Flash does have a little bit of disadvantage, and I believe that the tempo that Evil have is going to increase even more and ever so slightly. Perhaps this fight is going to be quite a big deal if Kayzeepi is managed to single out Melon pretty nicely. But alas, he did not.
Yeah, the cake was already used. Evil, they're already focusing on the turtle. It is going to be Reminiscent rolling to the back line, and he's going to get knocked down as well by JsisJejsj, and the turtle will get slain by Evil once again. And now Evil, they've got what they need, and they're going to push it even further. Jayy will be the next to fall. They can't change. Allow Menace to stay alive just a little bit longer. Pokemon, Evil, caught that.
Well, that is pretty much what I'm trying to say, right? When it comes down to Evil versus Flash, we know that Evil have got great gameplay in the early stages with the amount of damage and sustainability. But for the side of Team Flash, the early game is a bit of a lackluster because their main roaming trio doesn't really have the damage that we are looking out for. Yes, that means that Lunox will be in the midst of the battle almost all the time. If you keep your eyes onto Jayy, he immediately went in for a combo to deal damage to an entire Pride. But that didn't quite work out for him because the entire team from his side just doesn't have the survivability and to maintain the front line defenses. As such, once Jayy goes straight in for Chaos Darkening and Brilliance, they just don't have that damage. They can't hold down the fort well.
There's not enough damage in the Brilliance right here. Most of Jayy's damage is locked behind the Darkening shots. You want to blink in, and you want to keep spamming all those Darkening, but in the meantime, JS, all the walls being built, Reminiscent is on the wrong side for now, but Evil will not pull the trigger. Right now, Evil has a dominating early game. They cleared the top side, they cleared the bottom side already. Just JS doing the God's work, cutting the waves like an absolute menace, and now Alpha V9 needs to try to match up to that tempo, but it's all up to Flash, how they control the map right now. Evil has taken too much from Flash.
Team Flash gonna have to play into the later stages of the game. The only thing that they have lost is 3 turrets, 1 in the top, 2 in the bottom. If Evil gives them the space, things are gonna be rough.
Oh, Reminiscent, this is rough as well. It's gonna be Kayzeepi that tries to peel for his team, but he gets busted down. The damage coming in from Evil is a little bit too much, and now Coconut, oh, the hand chains going in. Alpha V9 doesn't get knocked up for now. Powerful goes back in. Pokemon gets deleted. Brilliance being popped. Powerful on the roll right here.
The members of Evil, they have managed to hold on their fort time and time again. With all 4 members gunning themselves in the middle lane, shoving it out, and opening up the map for them to pick up the Lord. Pretty sure that the crown is going to be rewarded over to them to ensure that the Lord will march in towards their favor. Team Flash doesn't even have an opportunity to play around this Lord at all. Considering the fact that Powerful is level 13 and Reminiscent is level 11, a big EXP difference causing Flash to lose in Lord fights.
Yeah, this is a big problem over to Flash, right? And this is not exactly what you would expect from Team Flash. Someone that has a lot of experience, a lot of veterancy in the tournament, in the MPL, getting, you know, early game dominated by Evil. And now Evil will send the Lord all the way at the bottom side. I believe JS just focusing on a wave clear. Whenever he goes, you expect that turret to go down. Remember what we mentioned, Evil, yeah, they kind of fall apart a little bit towards the later part of the game, but Coconut is on that 1-1.
Now, I think that this is where our question comes in, if whether Lunox is actually going to be a good pick. Because here's the thing, very likely they picked up the Lunox as per Jayy's comfort. So they're going to have to play around that. Jayy haven't really quite made that much impact, as Evil has been consistently going into the faces of Flash, and the best that Flash could do is to try to become that unmovable force to just destroy Evil. But this doesn't give Jayy that opportunity to run in with Chaos Assaults. Those arsenal of Chaos Bolts just ain't quite enough.
It's not enough as well. 5 men already knocking on Flash's door. Members of Team Flash huddling with 4, protecting and trying to shove the wave away. Members of Evil, they're looking for some juicy engagement. It's up to Carrot how they set it up. The Guardian's Barrier will go down for now. Jay looking for some pick off, but they will not be able to find any as Evil just goes back into Flash's jungle and strip it bare clean.
Well, we can pretty much say yes, Flash is definitely going to be starved out, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be end just yet.
Kayzeepi, he is actually going to go alone. Concealed play will be able to get him out alive, but Reminiscent will not be long for the world. Alpha V9 trying to hold down the fort, but it's going to be Coconut still holding on. Okay, there's no crossbow attack for now. It already has been used, but the damage from Evil is a little bit too much for Flash to bear.
At this point in time, yes, too much for them to bear. But Team Flash, once the game eventually turns up for a notch, Team Flash would have the sustainability that they want, and I believe that Jayy will start to become a lot scarier. We don't really have any heroes that can really help bolster the damage coming in from Pokemon, and to make matters worse, his emblem is set towards quality of life using the killing spree. As such, he won't get the additional skill link coming into the later stages of the game, much as what the 1-1 has, right? He's using Weakness Finder. Yes, it's more quality of life, but at least it works towards the marksman side. It lets you skill towards the later stages of the game just by a tiny tad little bit. But all in all, the main thing, 1-1 skills in the later stages better than Clint, and that is something that we should be looking out for, and Flash gotta have to find a way between the front lines.
Yeah, now, just take a look at the gold lead. It's 8k. Evil has already got the Luminous Lord set up and not ready to go. Team Flash, look at how Carrot just getting them zoned all the way out. Members of Team Flash try to look for some entrant. JS flanking or ready to flank. Looking at Jay Pokemon, he gets knocked up into air. Melon goes all the way in deep, flickers and secures that kill. That's a big deal of damage towards Flash as Evil desperately trying to get away. It's going to be JS that kicks Airbomb, powerful, will secure the Luminous Lord.
Well, Luminous Lord, but at what cost? Do they have an advantage despite getting this Lord here? Well, technically, yes, because they do have 1-1 still in the game. The only thing that is missing out is the fact that they are able to fight in a team fight, or perhaps the fact that they can't go for split pushes. But hey, who cares about that? Because we do have Mega Creeps that will be marching all across the map. The creeps themselves is the split push factor. And not to forget, we are looking at the Lord just popping out and the Benedetta coming in 5 seconds. He's gonna catch up with the Lord, no problem.
Yeah, but JS did a wonderful job, right? Cutting away Flash's main damage dealers away from the front lines, allowing Evil to secure that Luminous Lord without any contest at all. Team Flash, they need some high ground, but I'm looking at the long range clear from the side of Pokemon. Should be just barely enough. I need to see more cross-map play. I need to see a bit of a coordinator. We target what? We run up to one person, we shut them down, we run. But in fact, it's Evil that's the one doing that instead. But Carrot, oh, he gets kicked all the way back in. It is going to be Kayzeepi that received most of the crossbow attack. The Bumble, powerful, jump all the way back in. Jay gets the lead. It's Reminiscent, the last one to fall. It's Alpha V9, tries to hold on the phone with 3 maximum HP, but will not be able to survive. Team Evil with a 5-man stack. They will march to the core.
And ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 goes over to the hands of Evil. Definitely an easier game for Evil, considering the fact that their heroes are set up to play in the early and the mid stages of the game and even have decent skilling over to the late. As for Flash, it is definitely a lot more difficult for them to handle.